And welcome everyone back. And I do want to mention this because it looks like this has been the case because of my Wi-Fi deficit, my internet deficit. Oh no, there it is. Never mind. We're good. I thought the second quarter and about half of this halftime report between Kajan and I here again on Polar Opposites, the special between Canada and Spain at the FIBA World Cup was not posted because I couldn't close the recording. So I just closed our call and recalled Kajan. But I didn't pop up immediately, so my brain went, oh no, I just deleted the recording. But no, it's there now, so I should do up the second quarter. These games will not most likely be going up well after I'm done. Hopefully I can get these up before I have to leave, which is at this point the hope. But right now with battling with my internet, I guess we'll see, Kajan. I guess we'll see. And I might honestly just send these to you, Kajan, and leave these in your lovely hands. And hopefully you can get to these.
Okay.
Because at this point, it looks like I will not, as I will basically be leaving as soon as we're done this. I will be up and out and having to do another commitment I've made going to Ottawa. So,
Nation's capital, baby.
yeah, sadly, Cajun. The sad nation's capital of Canada, not even of Ontario, of Canada. The place that if I told somebody not from Canada that that's our capital, they'd look at me and go, "Wait, what? Who? Don't you mean Toronto?" No, I don't mean Toronto. And then they'd say Toronto and be in Hamilton. I go, oh, of course. And I mean, and that's a country joke if you didn't know, because here it's very important you specify where you are here in Toronto, GTA. It really does matter. And I do want to mention here, right up before the third quarter's even started, Cajun, they called a foul on Spain for a charge on Dort. And again, that's why you have Lou Dort on the floor, Cajun, because he's so good defensively. He's so good. Before the quarters even started, he gets an offensive foul to go his way.
And that was
And
a
I do want
big
to mention here. Go ahead.
I think that's a big change here. I think Barrett's not is Barrett on the floor?
Yes, I just saw the lineup key. It is Barrett, SGA, Dort, Brooks, and Powell as Brooks goes to the line for 2, and he makes number 1.
Are you way ahead of me?
I'm way ahead of you. Well, that's not good, Cage. I guess you should restart your stream, cutie.
Alright, I'm back now.
We're back.
Come on, Dillion Bricks. That's what I like to see.
He made both, Cajun. He made both.
And Canada just really has to suffocate Spain on the defensive end. Don't don't let them get into their actions at all. Because once they get into their action, it's night night. Once they get into their sets, once they get into their actions on offense, it's night night.
Well, they missed their first shot of the third quarter, which is a good sign to see if Dillion Brooks got a late contest. As Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's got blocked. So now the possession will go the other way. I thought they were going to pull that there in transition, Cajun, but they decided not to, and they call a foul on, I guess, SGA. I want to see a replay of that because that was kind of soft. But if they're showing us the block from before, they didn't show me a replay of the foul, but it will be a foul against Canada. So free possession here for Spain. Well, I'll say free possession, but a free reset for Spain. As they lay it up and missed, Brooks got the rebound and he got the foul off. I believe that is Hernan Gomez, and I want to say that's Juancho Hernan Gomez, not Willie, and it is Juancho. So
It's
Juancho
Bo
back in the game,
Cruz.
and he gets the foul there on Dylan Brooks. I'm surprised we haven't been seeing both Hernan Gomez brothers, both Willie and Juancho, on the floor together, because talk about twin towers here for the Canadians going up against them as they've been struggling with one. Let's try both. Let's double our advantage, Cajun, if you will.
And another foul on Hernan Gomez.
And Sergio Scariola definitely got his scowl on, as that's now Juancho's third foul of the game.
And I gotta say, one more team foul, and dare I say it, Canada will be in the bonus for the rest of the quarter.
Well, that's early. And the lay up and in, and I believe that it is Dwight Powell with his 4th point of the night. So now 6.
That was a tough layup too.
They've been struggling to make layups, let alone tough looks. So thank goodness Powell's finally maybe showing that the worst is now over. The finally gotten through the choppy waters here of this game. That skied and it goes there on, I'll call it a floater, but it got skied regardless.
Those are the shots that just hurt. You play great defense for 23 seconds, and then something like that goes in. As RJ Barrett, he may have gotten away with an offensive foul there.
Well, I know that the Spanish wanted a charge on it. They didn't get it. And they just re-showed the floater that got up just before the shot clock. And I will say this is the problem with, and I want to say Juancho Hernangomez is back out already. He played about 2 minutes of the third quarter and immediately will go back on the bench because of his fouls.
I guess we're not going to be seeing any Bo Cruz action for the rest of this quarter.
Oh, I feel like they called a foul against or something against Spain, as possession will go the other way on the dunk there, because that was a nasty dunk by Spain, but they called it
might have
back.
been on the moving screen.
Something you complained about in the last quarter. That's Hernangomez got 2 fouls. They just flashed up there on the screen. You talked about the moving screens. You wanted to see the referees call that, and that's their first of the quarter.
It's not that I don't want to see it. I want to see consistency, because Olynyk seemingly set a good screen in the first quarter. He seemingly set a good screen in the first quarter, and it got called as a moving screen. But Spain's been getting away with it all game.
And they finally did call this cylinder foul there on Spain. I'm surprised they didn't whistle it sooner there against SGA, as Spain was not happy they called it, because they did call it rather late. That's his 4th foul.
And he's one of their better shooters. So Canada in the bonus for the rest of this quarter. So they got to take advantage and just attack the paint.
Something they haven't been able to do, as SGA has made both, and they're now only down by 4, coming in down by 10 just 2.5 minutes ago. So I said how much they could easily turn this game around. I just wanted to see Zach Edey. We still haven't seen Zach Edey, but they've at least turned it around. So Jordi Fernandez is showing that he is their coach for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, but that was too easy there by Canada, as another easy lay-in for Willie Hernangomez, who's now got 20.
And Canada's really had trouble guarding that pick and roll. It happened against Brazil too. And Bruno Caboclo just ate them alive.
And I think they got Dort on a foul there. So that's his 3rd of the game. So I got to wonder if Dort will now be out. And they're saying for the kick out there after he shot.
Yeah, good call.
And I got to be honest here, Cage. We talked about how good they've been in their sets, but I'm not gonna take away from Spain. I'm just gonna say something that I want to see Canada do a little bit better here. Is that, and they're gonna call a charge against Hernangomez. Before I make my point, that Spain's starting a lot of their sets in horns. And if you don't know what horns is, I believe I explained it on the outrage, but I'll explain it here as well. Horns is basically you have a guard straight down, like basically with a line to the basket. You have 2 players normally at the top of the free throw line on both sides of the key, and then you have 2 players in the corners, and that's horns. It basically looks like a triangle shape, if you will. And Spain's basically had all their most recent sets out of horns, which is something that the Canadians should be used to. That is a common thing they use in college, a common thing they use in high school. I'm not going to say they use it a lot in the NBA because they don't relatively, but it's still a set that you see a lot in college ball. And I also want to mention here, Spain, I believe, got a technical foul. So
Sergio Busquets.
SGA makes the free throw here. As Scariolo is still yapping, as the possession will go the other way, pardon me. So it'll be a free shot and make there for Canada, or free throw make there for Canada, as it was a charge there against Juancho Hernan Gomez. Or Willie Hernan Gomez, pardon me.
That's his third.
And I want to mention here, Hernan Gomez doesn't have Hernan Gomez on his back of his jersey. So I guess it's to differentiate the two. I'm not exactly sure. Because I'm not going to try to pronounce the I'll say the name on the back of his shirt, but I know it is Willie Hernan Gomez. It's what the broadcast is calling him, or at least what they're showing him on my graphics. So I assume that it is Willie Hernan Gomez. But wide open for three is R.J. Barrett.
That's a
And now
big three.
if I'm mistaken, Gage, and he's from Brampton, isn't he?
Mississauga.
He's from Saga. Okay.
It's
So thank goodness I didn't say. Go ahead.
Tristan Thompson that's from Brampton.
Well, he definitely did not make this team. He might have added some size to this team occasion, but I don't think he's picked up a basketball in about 4 years. It feels like he's picked up a basketball in about 4 years. But SGA just picked up his second foul. Seems like everyone's getting 2 fouls or more. I don't know if there's a guy, except for Zach Edey, we haven't even seen yet, that has not picked up at least a foul, if not 2, as they could not get the ball to Hernan Gomez. So now Canada has a chance to tie or take their first lead in what feels like forever, probably at least 10 minutes of game time, since that technical unsportsmanlike foul against Dylan Brooks, laid up and in by Dylan Brooks, and we're tied, Kajan. We're tied, baby. We're tied.
Oh, that's my boy Dylan Brooks. And he's screaming at the crowd.
Those poor Indonesians looking at him like, what's wrong with that guy? What's his problem?
I mean, they've been booing him, so they know who he is.
Well, Kajan, how quickly the tables have turned, or if you're an Office fan, how quickly the turntables, as 52-52, Spain take a timeout, and Canada, it's been all North America here in this second quarter. Or second half, third quarter.
And this was the Canada that we wanted to see.
The Canada we've been waiting to see.
Absolutely.
In Kajan, I think I can officially say it. Lithuania upset the United States, win 110-104. They went 39-39 in the fourth quarter. And yes, I mean they both scored 39 points in the fourth quarter of their game. Lithuania shot 61% from the floor, 58% from three, and out-rebounded the Americans, while the U.S. only shot Kajan 60.9% from the floor, so basically 61%, and 47.8% from three. So talk about no defense. There was no defense in the Lithuania versus USA game that just concluded.
Defense.
Yeah, it was offensive, Kajan.
It was the defense was offensive to our eyes.
Offensive to every defensive coach that has ever lived, which is like most of the good ones. Not all of the good ones, just most of them.
Mm.
Spain now going to get a shot off here with the shot clock about to expire, and I don't think they did, so it's a shot clock V going against the Spanish. They're really struggled here, as again, Scariolo is hot, Kajan.
Oh, man.
Yeah, to wonder if they're going to have to pace this head coach Sergio Scariolo down a little bit. And they're going to call another technical foul against Spain. So free shot and make. Oh, it's because the Fernandez kicked the ball away. He kicked the ball away from the referee. So now they're going to inbound the ball as RJ Barrett. So RJ made the free throw. Canada's now up 53-52. Feels like, yeah, Rudy Fernandez got a technical foul called against him. So now the Spanish has really got to reel it in here, Kajan, because they've seemingly lost their composure in this third quarter. Which makes sense. Go ahead.
It's like Uno reverse.
I mean, definitely. But this has been a surprising third quarter here for the Canadians. They finally woken up here as they're going to call that out on Spain and give possession to Canada. I think they might challenge that. They haven't yet, so they might actually not. So it will be possession, I believe, to Canada, even though on the replay it definitely looked like it went off Dort.
I think they used up their challenge.
That's now in for Powell. Off for Barrett. Barrett. Really ugly move. Get up to Powell, though, so it's a missed shot that's easily put up and in by Dwight Powell. That shouldn't count as an assist, Cation. That's an offensive and make there by Dwight Powell. Don't you let RJ get away with that ugly jumper. Don't you let him get away with that, Cajun.
He my fellow lefty, so that's an assist.
Oh, okay. Oh, and Spain tie it with a 3. And I believe that was Fernandez.
Yep, it was Rudy Fernandez, formerly played for the Portland Trailblazers.
And SGA is going to get the charge call, and again, I believe it was Fernandez getting in the way. So now possession will go back to Spain. They finally kind of switch that, I'll say momentum, as much as we all know we don't really support that narrative here on this show for obvious reasons. Well, I guess obviously if you were in our class, but it's okay.
As someone once said, there's no such thing as momentum.
Or at least momentum is the definition of an object, and he explained the definition of momentum, which is an object in motion.
Mm-hmm.
And, they might call it charge there. I believe they called it a block there on Dort, who's not happy about it, because I believe that's his 4th. And Dort's going to take a second here to collect himself, it looks like, as now he'll have to definitely check out with the 4th foul. And I don't know, KJ. They definitely looked like he was moving with him.
It's too close to call. It seems like things have sort of stalled over this past minute for Canada.
As Spain make both free throws, and now up by 2. Now, Olynyk is back in, so we'll see if Olynyk can get the inside game continuing to work like it was under Powell. And again, that's relatively working under Powell. As Dylan Brooks got it stolen away from him. Spain now trying to slow it down and give themselves a chance here to capitalize on the extra possession. Laid up and in for the white shirts. They're now back up by 4. SGA now in the post. Up for Olynyk. Olynyk thought about shooting it. He will shoot it, and it's good for Kelly Olynyk. That's his first make of the game, Kajan.
Couldn't have come at a perfect time for Kelly Olynyk.
So now Spain only up by 1.
And Team Canada got to take advantage defensively here. Usman Garuba is on the floor, and he's not the same offensive threat as Willy Hernan-Gomez, so they got to figure things out here.
Well, Aldama just hit a 3. so they're back up by 4. Is SGA back out for Olynyk. Again, going to shoot it, and again's going to make it. Kelly Olynyk pulling his best James Harden impression. Taking that one from, it looked like the Philippines.
That was a deep three, and I mean deep. That deep was an understatement.
Oh, that's a free walk, though, for Spain, and laid up or slammed down there by Aldama.
Oh, that's
But
like
now only
tough
up by
though.
3. And now only up by 3 are the Spanish, as Olynyk gets it poked off his dribble, laid up and in by Spain. SGA, though, now taking it up the floor. SGA up, no good, and they couldn't get the offensive, so it will go the other way. Aldama to the corner, back for Aldama, and that's money for Aldama.
And I think you gotta need to call a timeout after that.
He's got 15, does Sandy. As Spain is back in a, I'll say, semi-commanding lead of 69-61 here in the third quarter. And again, Canada had great spurts early, but it has gotten back to they're struggling to stop Spain on offense.
A 7-0 run in the last minute. Less than.
A couple quick steals, Kajan, and a couple quick makes. You can get out of hand that quickly. Spain has shown it. They can make it get out of hand just that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to be honest here, Kajan. I don't want to put it on Kelly Olynyk. I don't, because I think Kelly Olynyk has been a good player for Canada, is a good player for Canada. But since he's come on the floor, it seemingly has gone back all in favor of Spain.
Especially on the defensive end, too.
And I believe, now, Kajan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in the NBA we only call him Sandy Aldama, but here they're calling him Santiago Aldama. So I guess they're using his full legal name, something I'm surprised you haven't tried to use on me before.
Hey, man, Santiago Aldama. They're using his government name, and he's balling.
And I gotta wonder if he's gotta tell the broadcasting. Only my mother calls me that. You call me Sandy.
Now, if your team Canada is, I think this might be a jump ball. RJ kind of looking a little perplexed there.
Well, Spain goes the other way. I can tell you that for a fact. They missed the chance here, so Canada will bring it up the floor. I still believe I am ahead of you, Kajan. As Canada give it away, but it's a kickball, I believe, against the white shirts, so it should be Canada's possession. And I do want to say this, Kajan, because something we usually don't think about here. I'll say here, but in general, is his name is Santi Aldama in the NBA, but his name is actually Santiago, obviously. But Aldama's only 22. He is a year older than me. And he is already playing in the NBA at a high level. He's already dominating, as you can see, for Spain here today. Like, he's a really good player. And you got to wonder if he'll have a bigger role in Memphis this year.
Especially with John Moran suspended for 25 games.
And I do want to mention here, they're going to call a foul against Team Canada here on the post attempt there by Spain as their big man went flying into the stanchion there under the basket.
It looked like it was a bit out of control there for my liking. Yeah, bit of body contact.
They do make the first, so Spain is if they make this free throw back up to the lead they had coming into the quarter, Cajun. Coming into this quarter, they will be back to their 10-point lead.
And that ain't good.
Definitely not a good omen for the Canadians. And they are back up to their 10-point lead, are the Spanish. I should quickly say that Canada's in red here today, while Spain is in white. As SGA got it out, and they almost lose it. Will they lose it? They do not. But now they're going to trap there at basically the line. They get it back, lobbed up. Oh, Dwight Powell can get a hold of it in a way that will go the other way. As Spain's got numbers, they lob it up, and they show Canada how it's done. 5 seconds left. We'll see if Canada can get a shot here from half. Shea's got to take it. He doesn't, and that will be the third quarter. Canada come out down more than they entered, down 13. Or actually, pardon me, I believe it's only 12. Only 12 going into the fourth and final quarter. Well, most likely final quarter.
And what's even worse was that this was done with Willie Hernan-Gomez on the bench.
And Juancho Hernan-Gomez on the bench. So not only was it one Hernan-Gomez brother on the bench, it was both on the bench. So now they're going to have both Hernan-Gomez brothers back on the floor, you'd expect, with 2 fouls to give. Excuse me.
Yep.
So it's looking like it's going to get a little worse from here, Kajan. It looks like it could get a little worse from here.
And it's these first 2 minutes of this fourth quarter is really going to say a lot. Because now, maybe I might be the optimist here, but Spain had a double-digit lead against Latvia last time. And blew it. So they've been in this situation before.